my best friend in the whole world is from New Jersey. She's Italian, she's smart, and she's spunky, and she's crazy, and I love her to death. And years ago, she introduced me to arancini balls. Rice, cheese, roll it together, put it in breadcrumbs, fry it up, yay. I'm doing a twist today on arancini. I'm basically bringing New Jersey to Texas, and I'm going to make a Tex-Mex arancini ball. So I'm going to start with 3 cups of white rice that I cooked in beef stock. So when you see it, don't say that's not white. It is white rice. I just cooked it in beef stock to give it some extra flavor. And it's cold. You want it chilled. And then I have 3 cups of taco meat, also cold, since we had tacos for dinner last night. And I make turkey tacos, so mine is turkey meat. 3 cups. And we are going to mix those 2 together. And I like to do this with my hands so that I can make sure that everything gets a little bit of meat, a little bit of rice, every bite, and all the seasoning gets into place. All right, now I'm going to add 3 eggs. Break those up. And I'm going to add 2 cups of Parmesan cheese. And we want to get the consistency that it'll form a ball together and stick together, like that. But you want it throughout the entire bowl. Now we're ready to roll. So earlier today I cut a pound of cheddar cheese into cubes. I don't know how many we'll use, but it's there. So I'm going to scoop out with my scoop just to make sure they're all the same size. I'm going to take a piece of my cheddar cheese, put it in the middle of my rice, surround the rice all around it to make sure we cover up the cheese, roll it into a ball, and set it aside. And we're going to continue to do that until we run out of cheese or meat and rice. You don't have to worry about raw products because everything other than the eggs are cooked. So we're not really worried about having raw meat or anything like that. Since there's not enough left to make a whole arancini ball, I'm just going to stuff it in with this one and we'll have one slightly larger than the rest. Alright, now I'm going to put away my cheese and then get ready to dip the arancini balls before we fry them. So I went to the store to get spicy breadcrumbs because our H-E-B usually has it. Sadly, they were out. So I'm going to make my own. I have 3 cups of regular plain breadcrumbs. And I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of chili powder, a half of a teaspoon of cayenne, and a tablespoon of cumin, because I like cumin. That was all for me. And the cayenne is for my husband. My husband will literally eat cayenne on anything. I haven't tried it with chocolate yet. It might be an experiment for a later date. So I just want to make sure that I get all the spices combined with my breadcrumbs. All right, they're good to go. Now I'm going to take 6 eggs and I'm going to just whisk them together. There we go. Now, we take our Tex-Mex Arancini. Ooh, it's got a little cheese sticking out the bottom. Just roll it back, cover it up. Okay, I'm going to roll with my right hand in the egg, and then I will put it into the breadcrumbs and let my left hand do that job. So I keep one hand wet and one hand dry. And then we will put on the cookie sheet. By the way, I have my fryer next to me. You'll see it in a second. It is heating up to 350 degrees so that we can fry these. So we're just going to keep dipping one at a time until they're all done. And we have, I think, 17. That's what I got. So here is my fancy fryer, bought for me by some fabulous ladies that I go to church with. It is set to 350 degrees. It's ready to go. So all I'm going to do is pull the basket up. I'm going to drop 3 of these in at a time. Drop the basket and wait for them to rise to the top, and that's a sign that they're done. And then we'll just dump them out onto, I have a paper towel lined cookie sheet in front of me. And that's just to catch the excess grease so that it doesn't just sit in a pile of grease, because that's gross. You know what I forgot? Quick note. My bad. I forgot that because I added the meat to it, they don't rise to the top. They will not come up. They're too weighted down. But this is what they should look like when they are finished. And I'll put 3 more in. Drop the basket again. And wait. And if you want, so I have the 3 that I've cooked here. You can see them. I also have some sea salt that you can lightly sprinkle over the top to give it a little extra flavor. But you don't have to. And there we are. Our arancini balls are complete. We'll get some refried beans and then cut them open so you can see the cheese oozing out. It's the best part. So I heated up some refried beans because we had some. You can buy them in a can, but I'm going to do an episode soon of how to make refried beans from scratch. But as I said, we had tacos for dinner last night, so we had some refried beans left over. And this is the Tex-Mex Arancini ball.